I don't think anybody with a heart has not grown up loving animals. We started back in about 2012 with the purchase of 1-week-old calf at an auction and brought him home. Because we had the space, we owned the property, so it was easy to do. And once we had him here, we fell in love with him. A week later, we ended up receiving a 1-week-old pig. They were raised together for the first year and best friends, played together. And then we were lucky enough to acquire 2 other baby calves. One was a day old, one was a week old. They lived together for the first 6-8 months, and then eventually we put them together with the older cow. That's what's kind of started us having the property, being able to give these animals a home and falling in love with animals. We made the decision that we would rescue more, fund more, become a registered charity. We've got a lot of chickens and 1 turkey. We've got 15 pigs, 22 goats and sheep, and 3 cows. We got to a point where we probably had 65, 70 animals here. We're probably around 60 right now. What's happening now is a lot of those animals are getting older. Their passing it tears a hole in your heart. But when somebody passes, usually there's a new one coming in to fill its space. Stephen is the main reason we became the sanctuary. He had gone to Japan with Sea Shepherd and witnessed the dolphin slaughter, and went vegan the next day. When we acquired our first cow, he was the force behind us really becoming a charity and doing this full time. For me, it started probably in my 40s when I acquired my first horse and just found out how much love animals give you. And then gradually I started rescuing horses and finding them homes. And that grew into kind of a life, and then gradually drifted into this. We host tours for a number of reasons. One, to let people interact with an animal and realize that it's a living being. It has friends, it has families. Second reason is the tours bring in donations, which helps cover a lot of costs. Our vet costs are amazing. Our food bill is incredible. It takes a lot to keep this going. We have tremendous volunteers who come every week, 1 day a week. Some of them have been coming for 10 or 12 years. They help with all the cleaning and the maintenance and just keeping this place running. We have people who come who are getting over severe injuries. Sometimes they can't do much, but they come when they can, and it gives them a purpose in their life. This is a place where there's so much love to go around, and everybody who comes here feels a calmness you get from the animals. We have a really good relationship with other charities, rescues in the neighborhood. Laps has been wonderful. They've loaned us playpens for the animals that we have in the house, and dog and cat food, and kitty litter recently. We deal with Kindred Farms, who's very similar to what we do. They acquired a little lamb that has a severely injured back area, and Stephen has built them a wheelchair. When we started feeding more than just 3 or 4 animals, we realized what the costs were like. And I'm a big believer that natural food is better for everybody and every animal. So I approached one of the smaller grocery stores and asked them if they could donate their produce to us, and they were happy to do it because it cost them money to throw it away. We've graduated to 2 or 3 different stores, and we've had long-term relationship with stores. It helps everybody. They save money. The produce isn't wasted. It's not going into the landfill. If it's not good enough, the animals don't get it. The rest goes in and is mixed with the normal foods that these animals are fed, so they get good quality produce as well and good vitamins. Our first real special needs animal was Gibbles, the goat. He was a young goat who'd had a bad start one day. It's so hard to talk about him. One day he was playing with one of the other animals and he actually broke his shoulder. We took him to the vet to try and have it repaired, and they called and said, the bone is just disintegrating. His bones are really fragile. They said, you have two choices. You can euthanize him or we can amputate. We immediately said, amputate. And he walked out of the vet's on 3 legs and up into the van and came home. As he aged, his body started to give out a little bit more, so we found a wheelchair for him, and he graduated to different size wheelchairs, and he lived for about another 1.5 years. He was very young when he died, and it was really sad. The lady who brought him came and slept with him that night and was here the next day in the sunshine when the vet came. And then we got Noodles. Noodles was with Gibbles for a long time. Because he was born with a neurological issue, his left back leg did not receive signals from his brain. Gradually, he was having trouble walking. He'd walk along the fence to support himself. So he transitioned into Gibbles' old wheelchair. And he lived with us for about 3 or 4 years like that. While Noodles was alive, we were asked to take Chili. She came to us at 12 hours old, born with her front legs up over her ears. There was no way that they were ever going to come down and be normal. She was raised in the house, and then we got Chloe, a little twin that was tiny, and then Rosie, who was a couple of months old. We think her mother had stepped on her back, and she couldn't use her back legs. Gradually, all 3 have transitioned out. Chloe marvelously has been accepted by her mother back, and she lives with her mother and her twin brother. And Chili and Rosie share our hospital room at night and go out during the day in their wheelchairs and run around like crazy. Those are the first ones to date, and who knows what the future will bring. If you're interested in knowing how you can be involved with the Happy Herd, there's a number of ways. You can volunteer, sign up to come 1 day a week, usually for about 2.5 hours, or you can donate through our website. One of the best things for us is a monthly donor. Give up a couple of coffees a week and donate monthly, $10 or $20. That helps us budget, so that's really good. You can also choose an animal and sponsor them, and we're starting a new project to support the cost of the aging of the animals. Medical care, special foods, chiropractors, all of those things cost money to give them the perfect end of life.